What really matters during the ball game, we're at that point in the season where some are just beginning, some have already ended, and others are at that point where it's either win or go home. Depending on what your perspective is, it changes everything, doesn't it? In 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 18, we're reminded we don't look at the things that are seen, but at the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are temporary, but the things that are unseen are eternal. Keep your focus, keep your perspective on the right things, the things of God, the eternal things. That message brought to you by your friends at the Leoma Church of Christ.
Hello, neighbors. I'm Janet Alexander, and I'm running for Lawrence County School Board to represent the 7th District. With 40 years in early and elementary education, you could say I've worn many hats. Preschool director and owner, educator, student, administrator, principal, and mentor, will just name a few. I've had the pleasure of leading the love of learning with thousands of Lawrence County students through my time as a teacher. After retirement in 2017, I stepped full-time into my role of being Marmee to my 5 grandboys. And although my role as a teacher has changed, my commitment to the importance of education is now more prevalent than ever. Our teachers and students are a precious commodity to our future, and they deserve an advocate. And I would be honored to stand beside you as we ensure that we'll put our students first this March the 5th on Election Day.
This is Jason at Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg. For over 90 years, Volco has been a family-owned company. We're proud of our past and excited about our future. We're open to the public for wholesale and retail trade. We carry product lines such as Milwaukee Tools, Lucas Oil, and Malco product. We carry all major brands of lubricants like Shell Rotella, Avalon, Castrol GTX, Mystic, Motorcraft, Valvoline, Kendall, and Mobil. We here at Volco offer a complete line of car detailing supplies, shop supplies, tire repair products, and lawnmower supplies. Check us out online at VolcoAutosupply.com or at 416 Buffalo Road here in Lawrenceburg.
It went out over there too.
Did the thing reset? Yeah, this is such a great.
Hey man, we're used to this.
Truett's Garage Doors in Leoma, Tennessee is your one-stop for new garage door installations for all commercial and residential buildings. Plus, they offer full service on all existing doors. Need a new garage door opener? Truett's Garage Doors has you covered. As an AMAR Gold and LiftMaster dealer, Truett's Garage Doors offers the best pricing anywhere in the area. A family-owned and operated business, Truett's Garage Doors has been helping Tennessee and Alabama residents since 1999. Call the pros today at Truett's Garage Doors, 931-201-6464.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Okay,
There we
we're
go.
Sports Live here from our new studio today.
Already starting off bad.
Hayden might go to last place in our producer rankings. He was first
dude.
place just a couple weeks ago.
He went from first to last. Man, you could crash in front of you.
Dude, I was like over there the last time I produced, and now beforehand I had the computer now. I can do it over here, and then my computer went
Are you
out.
trying to say you're special because you got this little booth in front of you?
No, well, yes and no, I guess, at this point. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing anymore after last night's fiasco.
Yeah.
And then what we had today with the meeting and now this. It's been a long day, Dustin. I don't know how your day's been.
I don't really care.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll start over there.
He's more having fun with how you're pronouncing some of the names last night.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, Loretta fans, they probably don't want to see me anymore. That was rough.
Well, we'll start things off local sports-wise. Lawrence County last night. Dusty. Down 12, about 5 minutes left to go in that game.
Sure was.
Mentally, I didn't have some, don't want to say I had doubts, but I didn't have high hopes.
We both had talked about it off air after the game,
Yeah.
and we're both, still a lot of time left on the clock
Yep.
as we seem to come out with a win. But, man, it was like the ball wasn't falling, and then we started forcing them turnovers like Lady Cats do.
Right.
And then it just kind of just kept going from there. And, hey, listen, Capri Tenen.
Yeah.
She come in clutch.
Right.
That was what a performance.
Yeah, really did 18 points. And you know what? And when I went back and did the highlights, they caught up a lot of ground at the free throw line.
They did.
They didn't hit a lot of shots down the stretch. They hit a lot of free throws. And how many times have we said it over the last couple of weeks? You can win and lose a game, especially these tight ones at the free throw line.
Sure, even especially going in overtime, and we've talked about the Lady Cats. You know that they've left a lot of points at the foul line, and last night they showed out last night.
Yeah, and the Wildcat boys last night were able to clinch the top seed within their district. Much needed win. They need to get some redemption after how things went down in Lewisburg last week, and took care of business. 5 guys, all 5 of their regular starters in double figures. Really balanced scoring. I mean, second half, you know, it was what, a 4-point game going to halftime.
Yeah.
Second half, it's just like boom, something clicked, and it got out the double digits, and they never got close after that.
I think the turnovers again was a thing in that game, just like with the girls. When we started forcing turnovers, and then we started getting points off turnovers really quick with the boys. And I mean, Colton Tucker scoring, Blake Long scoring. I mean, TJ. I mean, that Logan, Allie. I mean, everybody was just on fire, and huge redemption game.
Needed it.
We had to have that win. That was a must need.
Yeah.
You didn't want to drop another in Marshall County, and then go on the road and then start the district in Marshall County.
Yeah. You needed something like that. Get that top seed that guarantees a bye. Also get you an automatic spot in the region.
Yes.
Next week. Now it's whether or not you host a first-round game in your building, because you're going to have to go on the road in the semifinal championship rounds anyways. But they get you a spot there already in the region. But now it's up to you to take care of business. More than likely, guys, they might run into that team again.
I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If things play out right, and we've seen all the district games.
Yeah.
I can't see how Marshall County can't be there.
Yeah.
Very good team, very athletic. Gentry and O'Neill and Howard, them boys kind of carry the team. They're fun to watch, but I'm going back to our team. Our guys are just so fundamentally sound with each other,
Right.
if that makes sense. Like, they feed off each other. We started seeing ball movement last night. We didn't see it that much Thursday night last week when they got beat by Marshall County. Start moving the ball around. They feed it in low a little bit to TJ. He's kicking out. The guys are hitting their shots. And just, guys, we said it last week and the week before, like, we got a lot of expectations for this team, and I still hadn't lost them.
Yeah. Now, speaking of high expectations, our guests tonight, Summertown went on the road, got a big sweep, a lot of points. Girls scored 87, boys scored 92. They really like shooting that gym and home ball, but a lot of it has to do, especially the girls' side, pressure. We talked about not just forcing turnovers, it's getting the points on the other end.
Yeah.
We talk about on the football side, the changes, points left and, getting the points off turnovers. It's just as important in basketball as it is any other sport.
Sure.
And they've been just on fire of late. I mean, it's the difference in why they beat Loretto like they did, and it's how they've taken care of business against Mount Pleasant and Lewis County. I mean, this team is going. They're kind of peaking here at the right time.
That's what I was just fixing to say. They kind of hit the streak at the right time, and I mean, hey, it's going. This district is going to set up good. And I think we're going to get to see a really good matchup come up between them and Loretto again.
Yeah, absolutely, with Loretto and also Summertown, like you said. It seems like after that big win that the girls had against the Loretto Lady Mustangs, it's just been like they've been clicking even more. Like they were clicking before then, and then after that, they just took off, and they're getting hot at the right time, and that's the perfect time, getting it ready for district, region. I mean, that's when you want to get hot when it comes to season.
Boys side, scoring 92 points, I don't care who you are. That's not easy to do at any level, especially when you only play a 32-minute game.
Yeah.
Scoring 92 points. But, I mean, every part of it. I know Grayson Burleson had 48 points, but he also had a lot of assists. And credit to the guys. When the ball got in their hands and they got open, they're knocking down shots. When this team hits, I know it sounds stupid, and I say it all the time. When they hit shots, they're dangerous. But when they hit shots, they're dangerous.
That's a true statement. I mean, my goodness. And it's not just one. I mean, it's all of them. And there again, we're setting up for another good district run right there just on that side. I know they're not in the class with Lawrence County, but that Loretto Summertown's going to set up again for a good one, I think.
Yeah, and on the Loretto girls side, a dominating win against Mount Pleasant. What do we expect? And, I mean, we all know, district tournament starts next week. We got a crash course between those two. At least one more time, maybe two. It just depends on what happens in the region. So, and also on the boys for Loretto, suffered their first loss. We knew how good Mount Pleasant is.
Oh, they got a really good team.
Oh,
They have a really good team.
They're kind of,
They do.
you never really know what you're going to get. They got 17, 18 wins, but they do have a loss to Hampshire on their schedule as well. But that's just high school basketball. Things happen sometimes. But that team, I saw them in person against Loretto, at Loretto, gave them a good game. That team is super athletic, really good, and when they play to their potential, something like last night can happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, and I mean, they got several guys that can score the basketball. They got guys that can knock down shots. They're fundamentally sound. I mean, they're just a very good team, and like when it comes to the boys side of the district, I mean, it could be any of those three teams. It could be Mount Pleasant, Loretto, and Summertown as well. So, I mean, we're going to have another good matchup on Thursday, or tomorrow night, actually, with Summertown and Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant, yeah, that's that game's at the Ralph, not the Ralph, the Nest.
That's the Nest.
I've said the Ralph way too much lately, especially last night.
Ah.
We were all on the struggle bus last night.
We
My
were
camera
man.
froze.
Gosh,
Yeah.
we had a power issue. Hayden
Can't be
thinks-
bad as mine.
Hayden really hyphenated a couple names last night.
I did more than that. Yeah.
So now speaking of Hayden, Hayden is the general manager of one of the best teams in the NAI, UT Southern Men. Just 2 losses this season, and you guys are in the top 10 right now, kind of sitting pretty there in the Southern States Conference.
Absolutely, 15-0 in the conference, 21-2 or 22-0 overall, 10th in the nation. And I mean, the team we got right now, AJ, is really, I mean, in the 4 years I've been there, I mean, I thought the teams in the past were really good. I mean, this team, we got a shot.
Yeah.
We got a shot for real. And like, I believe we play Faulkner tomorrow night in Pulaski. I think if we win that one, I think we clinch the regular season. Yeah. And also, obviously, Saturday is our senior day. I'll be there, last home game. And I mean, really, from what I'm looking at it, from Twitter and the feeds that people that follow the NAIA with men's basketball, I think we're a host site right now. I mean, I think we're a host site. We're going to have home court advantage for the first 2 rounds, which is huge when it comes to college basketball. So it's going to be, it's a big deal going on over there at UT Southern.
Absolutely, and you get a bunch of different teams from above. Here, I'll help you out so you can don't fall asleep. So a bunch of different teams, bunch of different areas. Speaking of college basketball, guys, we got 2 of the hottest teams in the nation sitting in Florence right now. The men and the women have won 4 straight conference games. The men have kind of done it back to back, come from behind fashion. He's got some good basketball playing in Florence right now. UNA women got a Lawrence County product, and you also see what Carly Weathers is doing down in Alabama.
Ooh.
So, I mean,
Roll
college
Tide.
basketball is, well, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, Nick Saban's joining game day, so we got to hear Roll Tide.
Here
all the
we go.
time,
I hope he wears a hat. Like, I hope he does just wears an elephant the whole time he's sitting there.
I'd love to see Peyton Manning there, too.
Oh, forehead?
They play. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
Well, yeah, we don't want to repeat what he called Nico last week.
Oh, gosh. I thought
All
mine was
right.
bad last
Yeah,
night. That was-
that's even worse. All right, coming up next year, we've got the Summertown Girls. We'll have them here on X Sports Live.
Truett's Garage Doors in Leoma, Tennessee is your one-stop for new garage door installations for all commercial and residential buildings, plus they offer full service on all existing doors. Need a new garage door opener? Truett's Garage Doors has you covered. As an AMAR Gold and LiftMaster dealer, Truett's Garage Doors offers the best pricing anywhere in the area. A family-owned and operated business, Truett's Garage Doors has been helping Tennessee and Alabama residents since 1999. Call the pros today at Truett's Garage Doors, 931-201-6464.
Whether you're shopping in Lawrenceburg, Loretto, Summertown, or Mount Pleasant, Tegan's Food Stores has you covered with the best quality food at the best prices. From Cash Saver to Superama and CB Foods, stop by your neighborhood Tegan's Food Store today.
If you want the best clean and wash experience, you need to catch the happy wave at Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Don't settle for streaks, dirt residue, water spots, and weak vacuums that you can get at just any car wash. At all our locations, you will be greeted by a smiling attendant who will pre-wash your car front and back to remove any stubborn bugs and dirt before guiding you through the tunnel, where your car will be treated to the ultimate spa treatment with state-of-the-art equipment and one-of-a-kind wash experience that will give your car a showroom shine. Afterwards, you can help yourself to our free powerful vacuums, cleaning cloths, and glass and surface cleaner for the perfect finishing touch. When it comes to caring for your car, don't settle for any wash and pay for all the extras. Get the best when you catch the Happy Wave at your local Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
For the best at-home care in Lawrence County, the Summit at Home is the right company for you. We have a friendly staff over 25 that is trained, educated, and qualified to help with all your needs within your household. Our non-medical services include transportation, housework, dressing, and companionship. We are also covered by most long-term care providers. For more information, please call 931-762-2310.
The Hidden Garden, located just off the square in downtown Lawrenceburg, is your hometown oasis for massage, aesthetics, full hair and nail services, and body waxing. Gift certificates are available, and be sure to follow them on Facebook for their specials. The Hidden Garden, your peace, your place. 222 Pulaski Street, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, or phone 931-762-9799.
Tennessee Flight Training. We are training the next generation of pilots. Come and see why Tennessee Flight Training is the best way to learn to fly. Tennessee Flight Training. The skies are calling.
If there ever was such a thing as a company that could do almost anything, well, Tenakee Properties is it. These guys know how to completely transform your existing home into something new, or just do it room by room. Need a new bathroom or kitchen? What about a fresh coat of paint? Even a new floor? Looking for dirt work? Tenakee has you covered. Oh, and you can even rent a dumpster from them too. That's Tenakee Properties. Visit Tenakee.com or phone 931-244-4602.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
I'm praying it into existence. Here with this, I know, Hayden, I'm here. Here with the Summertown Girls head coach Jeremy Jean, Mackenzie Reynolds, Carly Campbell-Rue joining us here, guys. And guys, district play into it. You're into your final game coming up here. Just how would you guys assess your play now going into your final game here of the regular season?
I'll let y'all start.
You want me to start? All right. I don't mind. I just think we're playing really well right now. I think that we've kind of found our momentum. We found a way to work with each other. And we've just, like I've heard Coach Jean say 1,000 times, we don't care who scores the ball. And when you can play like that, really good things can happen on the floor. So I'm excited going into tournament play. I think we're going to do really well.
Yeah.
I think going into tournament play, we just have to keep our focus and keep playing as a team.
Yeah. Coach?
I agree with him. It is. I feel like we're playing the best we played all year long, defensively especially. And I told them the other night, all summer long, all we did was play zone because I didn't think we could play man this year because we're not very big. Yeah. But we kept plugging away, and they've proved to me that we can defend anybody man to man. At times, there's times we got to go zone, but for the most part, we're defending really well, making people take tough shots, and we're rebounding the ball better than I thought we would, and we're starting now to get some easy buckets in transition. So I hope that continues out through the tournaments, and just it is. You just got to play well and hope that the ball bounces your way. You know, our last game last year, we played really well, and it didn't matter because they played better than we did. So you just got to play the best you can play and hope things go your way.
Yeah. Now, Carly, you mentioned, and I've noticed it as well, that the scoring is pretty even down the lines. You know, someone might have more than others. It's just part of basketball. But you look at the score sheet, someone's It seems like everybody you put in the game is taking a shot, scoring a bucket a couple of times a game. I mean, your score sheets are pretty balanced.
Yeah, I mean they are. That's a good problem to have. Where, a couple of games, Liv and Emily didn't score for 2 games in a row, but it didn't matter because they played defense. They passed the ball to the ones that were open. Kenzie comes in, makes some threes. She just comes in, doesn't score. It's fine because she knows she can play defense. There's no pressure on any one person that you have to score 20 for us to win because we can balance it out and everybody chip in 5 or 6 and we'll be fine.
Yeah, Carly.
I agree. I think too, we have a way of setting each other up for a shot. We'll go in a timeout and we'll be like, hey, I really hadn't taken a shot in a while. Let's get her a play. There's just no selfishness. And I remember after we played Loretta at home the other night, we were talking about it, and Olivia was like, she's like, I didn't score. She's like, but I didn't care because y'all were all scoring. She was like, so I didn't even think twice about it. And that's, that's a big thing as a team to just be able to, hey, she's making them tonight, let's get them to her. Giving up a shot for a better shot.
Yeah. Mackenzie?
Yeah, I agree. We all know our role, and we all just go in and put all our effort into our roles, whether it's scoring or defense.
Speaking of defense, you mentioned you didn't think that you can play man, but I mean, something I've learned from being here. The Summertown girls are always not going to play man. It's going to be tenacious, man-to-man defense, and nothing has gone astray from that this season.
It is, but again, if you look at our lineup, we're 5'2", 5'3", 5'5", 5'6", 5'7", 5'6". Abby's 5'11", and then when you're playing teams that are 6'2", 6 foot, you're giving up some size, and that's where me in the summer I was like, how are we going to guard that?
Yeah.
We got to play zone, we got to play this and that, but defensively, if they get stuck on a post, they're just working their butt off to make it hard on them. We're helping, we're moving together, and that's I think the biggest thing that's happened since the season went on. We've played better together defensively than we did the first year. We were able to help when we knew help was needed to be there. We didn't wait and react. We were anticipating what was coming, and they're moving. So defensively, I'm really happy.
Yeah, Carly.
I'm just going to say, don't doubt us short girls. We can rebound. We can run. I will say there are a few times that we're all looking at each other like, can we please play a zone? We are gassed. But for me personally, defense has always been my favorite. I love playing somebody straight up. I'll play you full court. I think it's fun, And so I think defensively we have 5 people on the floor, no matter what, who can play. Yeah. And that's something that I think haven't had in the past. I think this year it's really been a game changer for us and rebounding. And I'm 5'2", and I can still pull a few rebounds, So
that is true. I don't doubt the shortness. I just sometimes it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. As long as the ball gets in your hands, it doesn't matter how it got there.
Exactly.
Yes, it doesn't matter, but I don't doubt you.
They can block too.
Yeah.
So I know, Carly, you just kind of started off on the disabled list, injured list, however you want to put it. Abby's still dealing with the knee injury, but you guys have been able to play back into shape in a way. And now, do you guys kind of feel like you're at full strength now going into the district tournament?
I do. I think that for me, it took a while for me to realize what basketball shape was. Yeah. I just figured I could come in and be perfectly fine, and then I was humbled the first few practices. But I think now, we've found our speed back. I think Abby has found her footwork back and being confident in that and not playing kind of scared on one side. I will say it's tough because you're constantly having to take care of yourself outside of basketball, but I definitely think that we've come a long way to now. So
yeah, your defense has been so good at forcing turnovers, but I think the most important thing for this team is it's not just the forcing of the turnovers, it's getting points on the other end, and you guys have been really effective of that here in the last few games.
We have, and that's what we were talking about last night. We were making passes up the floor to people that were sort of guarded, but we were making them and we were catching and finishing. That's something we haven't done and a lot this year, and we did a lot last year. We were looking to go. Hope that we're hitting that stride to where we're getting comfortable. The snow break killed us. 5 days of doing nothing. Yeah. You almost start all over again. But good thing too, rest and get healthy and sickness out of the way. But we are starting to get points off turnovers a lot better than we were first of the year.
Yeah. Mackenzie?
we're really playing well off of each other, and that's just the main thing. Like, it doesn't matter who's on the floor. We're always looking to pass or shoot and share the ball.
I agree. I think that we're doing a good job of seeing the floor now. I think we had trouble a little early kind of making late passes, and we still do sometimes, but I think we've been able to read each other of, hey, she's going to go out to the three-point line. She wants a transition three. She's going to take it to the rim, and I think we've kind of found that, so the flow of the game has just been really good lately.
Yeah, you guys mentioned the snow break. How difficult was that of, what, a week's worth of nothing?
Yeah, 5 days of nothing. And for me, it was, I'm freaking out because we were getting to where we were playing really well. Then all of a sudden it shuts off, and you come back with Perry, Moore, and Loretto back to back to back.
Yeah.
And that's 3 tough teams. Yeah. And I'm thinking, are we sledding? They're going to have somebody get cut, somebody fall in a lake. Like, what's going to happen? So it was a stressful 5 days. And once we got in the gym and started running and shooting, it felt better. But I think it re-energized them. They had a little break. It was stressful for me, but it's okay now.
Was that a real possibility someone was going to fall in the lake or go sledding or hurt?
I saw some videos of some people sledding across a lake, so I just, never know.
Someone looks really guilty over here.
Yeah.
Really guilty. Yeah. So, you guys talked earlier about that win against Loretto, and not an easy team to win against, period. You're building, they're building, it doesn't matter. But you guys look really good in that win and look like a really good, confident team as well.
I think we just played. I don't think they were worried about who we were playing. Right. We went out, we were going to defend like this, we were going to do this and do this, and they just done it. It didn't matter if it was Loretto or Moore County. They didn't worry about who was on the other side of the floor, and they just played. Didn't turn the ball over, which was a killer at their place. Yeah. We took care of the ball. What they were saying, knowing where we're going to be at, if you think about it, Abby and Rue were out for. Abby was there, but not 100%. Rue was out for a lot. So we're really just now getting to where we've played together for 18, 20 games to where they know we're getting rhythm. And that's a big key with us is flow of the game, the rhythm. But, it was a good win. We know we got to play them again and just got to come out and just play.
Yeah. Mackenzie?
We just got to stay relaxed and know that and have each other's back. We have each other's backs during that game, and we're just able to go with it.
Yeah, I think that, we just had fun. We had energy every time someone hit the floor. All the other four were picking them up. Somebody got an and one, and we were happy for each other. We were up for each other, and that just, that just motivated all of us. And we just really went out there, and we played and had fun, and I think that's really what did it for us.
Yeah, you guys comfortable? I know there's a lot of, you've got a lot of pieces. You sub a lot. You got a lot of people coming off the bench. What, you guys 8, 9
every night
deep, isn't it? And that's pretty good for a high school basketball team that you're running 9 girls on the floor every night.
It is, and that's where I think we're all in shape and we're able to wear people down, playing the way we play. Even we didn't press the other night against Loretto, but we played fast. Then we played slow. It was a weird. Not weird watching it, but we would rebound and we were running. If we had it, we win. If not, we took them in off the clock and got a shot. Yeah. That's something we haven't done in the past, and we didn't really go over it. We just get a good shot. Yeah. And I just felt we were dialed in, and I hope that continues. And it's been tough the last couple of games to where it's just tough in those games to where you dialed in, but we just got to find a way to the next 2 games. Stay focused, do our job, and try to keep getting better.
We've got Mount Pleasant coming up tomorrow night at your house, and got to take care of business. I know that's first things first here for you guys.
It is, and it is playing them twice in a week. Yeah, just got to come out and play, learn how to defend, and get to the rim, and have fun, and get out injury free.
Yeah, same here for you guys. Your thoughts playing against Mount Pleasant?
You got it, Kenzie. Okay. I think it's fun. I think we get to really run the floor. I think that's good for us. And I like to, as much as I like to be on the floor, I do like to see those younger ones out there and seeing them play together and getting to be their support system because they're ours. When we're out there playing, they're yelling for us. They're helping us on defense. They're helping us on offense. So to get to do that for them is a pretty cool thing.
And finally, for you guys, obviously district tournament starts next week. Where do you guys want to see this team heading into the Yeah, it's the most important time of the year.
It is. We just got to keep doing what we've been doing. And if something bad happens, we got to. I feel like we've grown together as a team to where when something bad happens, we don't freak out. Yeah. You know, if we lose a kid that makes a three that shouldn't have been open, first of the year it was we drop our head and we got to get that 3 points back in one possession, like one pass. I feel like now together they're okay if something bad happens. We're going to stay the course, do what we're supposed to do. But I want to continue to see that and just defensively, just keep playing what we've been playing and rebound and run. You know, we haven't. You know, let's go back this. If you'd had asked me first year, you're going to beat Loretto at their place or your place, I'd have chose their place because floor's bigger, we space them out. Yeah. The smaller floor at our place I thought would benefit them because they're bigger. It would slow us down, but it was flipped. So I feel good about that we were able to win at our place in a different way than I thought we could beat them. So we just got to keep that up the rest of the year.
Yeah, same for you guys as well.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome, guys. Well, thanks for coming here on X Sports Live, and good luck the rest of the week, and good luck heading into the district tournament.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up next, Eagle Boys will join us here on X Sports Live.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Asha. I go to Lawrenceburg Technical College, and I moved here a year ago from California. I wanted to be a cosmetologist and study hair, nails, and makeup. You should come join us at Lawrenceburg Technical College and learn all about cosmetology.
Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg is your go-to stop to complete your home, business, a combination of both, or really anything you can think of. With one of the region's biggest selection of bedroom furniture, name brand mattresses, recliners, living room and dining room suites, accents for the home or office, quality name brand appliances, and did I mention Swap and Shop services what they sell? This is family owned and operated business at its best. And the best part is, they'll treat you like family too.
We got bedroom suites, mattresses, dining room suites, appliances, outdoor equipment, mowers, and more. See us at Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Southern Tennessee Orthopedics welcomes orthopedic surgeon Dr. Paul Thomas. Count on Dr. Paul Thomas, podiatrist Dr. James Barksdale, and nurse practitioner Doug Ead at Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep your life in motion. Injuries and foot pain can rob you of the activities you enjoy most. So our team is here, close to home, to address the pain and to get you moving again. Southern Tennessee Orthopedics. From the routine to the unforeseen, you can count on us. To learn more, visit SouthernTennesseeMedicalGroup.com or to schedule an appointment, call 931-762-4400.
Story and Lee, the Tennessee Valley's most dynamic furniture store, featuring our Made in America galleries with solid wood dining and bedrooms, leather furniture, mattresses, and so much more. You want it? We've got it. With our 3 acres of showroom and our huge warehouse, we're sure to have exactly what you want. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story and Lee.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back here to X Sports Live, now joined by the Summertown boys team, joined by head coach Wes Long and the speedy Ty Bryant joining us here tonight. And guys, 92 points in 32 minutes. It's not easy to score 70 points in a high school basketball game last night. I don't think anybody could miss. I don't know what your shooting percentage was, but it had to be pretty high there at Lewis County.
I think it was 59-60% last night, but you know, we were able to see some go in early. We actually got to the free throw line early and knocked some down. I really think that kind of helped some confidence, and we was able to take off about halfway through the first. But you know, it's always nice having guys like Ty come in and give us a huge spark off the bench, and give us a different look and you know, different kind of energy when he comes in the game.
Yeah. Ty?
Well, Grayson obviously had 48. And that helped a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I feel like the way we play is so fast. So even though we give up a lot of points, like it gives us more opportunity to get easier points. Yeah. So that's why we have the opportunity to score so much.
Yeah, Wes, you talked about Ty. I mean, Ty didn't play much at the beginning of the year, but man, lately he's coming off the bench. He started a couple games for you, and he is, like you said, he's a spark plug.
It took him a little bit to kind of knock the rust off a little bit, coming out of football, and then taking a year off last year. But as athletic as Ty is, and the kind of kid that Ty is, he's going to put in the work, and he's going to put the team first, and that's exactly what he's done, and he's found his way. I think early on there's a couple of games he didn't even get in, and now you look up and he's starting for us, playing major minutes, and he's been exactly what we need, to get to the finish line right here, when we need some guys to step up.
Yeah. Todd, what's clicked for you here as of late?
I've just had to get back used to playing basketball because I didn't play. I really didn't touch a ball for a while. So I was in football mode in basketball, and I would just go too fast and turn the ball over. So I just had to get back in basketball mode.
And I've told you guys off air, it's like every time Ty gets a steal, he takes like one dribble and he's already laying the ball up. What's it like coaching a guy that has that much speed that Ty has?
It's exciting, but at the same time nerve-wracking. We've got several that you're coaching on the edge of your seat, but that's kind of the style that we play. We get up and down. You take the good with the bad, and we want to beat people by possessions. It's a possession game for us, and the more possessions, the better. And sometimes you've got to live with a couple of rough possessions just because. The pace of play, trying to make teams uncomfortable. If we can get them playing at an uncomfortable pace, I feel good about our chances that night.
Ty, you like playing this up and down fun system like that with a lot of possessions?
Yeah, I think that makes it a lot easier for me because I feel like a lot of our players are best in transition because we do have a lot of fast guys, and then Grayson, even though he's not that fast, he can score really well in transition. So I feel like that just helps us get easier buckets, and it fits our play style well.
Grayson's sneaky fast.
He gets downhill quick. It's like a freight train. Once he gets going, and but this style of play fits teams that don't necessarily have a ton of scores top to bottom. I think it kind of levels the playing field a little bit. Maybe you don't have guys that are as skilled as other teams. So it gives guys like Ty an opportunity to really showcase what he can do, and Grayson get out. It makes it harder on teams to guard guys like Grayson and Kurt. It gets those twins and Jackson some shots in transition, just because, walking the ball up the floor sometimes just kind of makes you, easier to guard, and it lets the defense get set. So that's kind of, the method to the madness, I guess, a little bit. But we've got to get there. Tournament time, the game slows down a little bit, and hopefully we'll find it and be ready to go.
Yeah, you guys, do have a lot of shooters, though. I feel like every time when I'm going through these games, looking at highlights, there's always a different number taking a shot. You got the Shermans. Jackson Bennett's making shots. Andrew Mabry's hitting threes. Graham Howell's taking shots. I mean, Ty's doing what Ty's doing. This is a team it feels like they're gaining more confidence, everybody on the floor every game.
It is, and that's kind of been the plan. People forget how young we are, as experienced as Gray and Kurt are. We've had to fill in around them with a bunch of freshmen and sophomores, and they're starting to get some experience. They're making some big shots, taking some big shots. So, and with the way people are going to guard our bigs on the inside, we've got to have guys that are ready to knock it down on the outside.
Yeah, Ty?
What was the
question? All the different scorers and shooters you guys on the team. What kind of a luxury is that?
It makes it really easy, especially because we have Grayson and Kurt, so it just makes it a lot easier on them to not have to do everything, and they can't just collapse in the paint because we have shooters all around. So.
Yeah. How would you kind of assess the play here, the team, through the district schedule so far?
Well, it's been tough just because we've been injured, we've been sick. We've had six of our first 9 have missed a game since Christmas, with injury or sickness, so it's been hard to get in a rhythm. So, we're not 100% now. Kurt's been out for the last 2 or 3 games. So we're just trying to patch it together, get healthy at the right time and see if we can't make a run. But it's been a struggle. We've had some guys play out of position. We've had to move Ty to the 4 some, just to try to patch some things up. So you know, I think it's going to make us better. Maybe in the long run, might be next year by the time it makes us better.
Right.
But you know, we're getting there.
Yeah. Ty?
I feel like, especially the past couple games, we've been at the start of district play. We weren't playing that good a ball. We weren't rebounding the ball at all, and that was really hurting us. But I feel like recently we've been rebounding the ball better, and that's been helping us limit the scoring of the other teams.
Yeah, when I come and talk with you weekly, Wes, you mentioned defense a lot. How would you feel like this team has been doing defensively?
You know, our effort's been a lot better. It's tough to gauge just because, you know, as Ty mentioned, we've struggled to rebound it, you know, and you can look up at the scoreboard and say, well, you're giving up 60 and 70, and you're going to do that when you're giving up so many second chance points, that kind of thing. So we've, you know, tinkered with some different looks on the defensive end. But it's like I told the guys, it really doesn't matter, you know, what we do defensively until we rebound it. So I don't think we're a terrible defensive team. I think we're not a very good rebounded team, and it kind of goes hand in hand. So we just got to be better at finishing off possessions, and I think we'll see those numbers be better as we go.
Yeah, Ty, how would you feel like the team's doing defensively?
I feel like defensively we get a lot of steals, and that helps us in transition, but like some games we'll get out rebounded by 20 or 30, and you're going to give up a lot of points when you do that because you second chance points.
Right. You know, got Mount Pleasant coming up tomorrow night. You know, they just knocked off Loretto, and you know, you guys had a tough game with them the first time that you played. What do you expect in the second time around?
You know, hopefully we rebound it better, but again, we're going to be without Kurt for the third game in a row, which is our leading rebounder on the year. So it's going to be tough. You know, we're going to have to get bodies on people. You know, and play it more possession by possession. You know, we're going to have to try to just keep it close to the end, give ourselves a chance. But you know, there's a good chance we see them again here in the next week. You know, our seed is clinched going into the district tournament, right? So we're going to work on some stuff that we need to work on, and hopefully be better. You know, for next week.
Yeah, it's kind of like a motivation thing, you know, come out, play well,
you know,
see where you are with
We're looking for some confidence a little bit, you know, struggled a little bit here as of late. So we need some confidence, you know, I'd like to see some other guys, you know, get involved a little bit and see their confidence. Jackson's been playing much better here as of late, you know, Layton had a big night the other night. So you know, if we can get those guys on the perimeter going a little bit, you know, I like our chances, you know, as we get into the tournament.
Yeah. Ty?
Obviously, it doesn't matter if we win or not, like seeding.
Yeah.
But but you always want to win. So we're gonna go out there and we're gonna give our best because that'll help us for the next game that we play them. Just to knowing that we can beat them and that like just playing better.
Yeah. Is Ty the lone senior?
He is.
Tomorrow night?
He is.
I mean, Ty.
It's Ty's night tomorrow night. You know, Ty had a big night the other night. You know, I think it was when we played Lewis County at home.
Yeah.
Ty's 18th birthday. He was named Mr. SHS.
Yeah.
All on the same night, had a career high. So really excited for Ty. You know, he's a great person, great leader, and he's been good for our team this year.
Ty, what's it like? You're going to be going through your second senior night coming up here tomorrow night.
It's weird. I haven't even really thought about it, but I don't know. I guess it's not gonna. I've already had one, so it's kind of just the same thing.
Just kind of describe your career in Summertown. You know, played the 4 years of football. You know, playing 3 out of 4 in basketball as well. Just kind of your whole athletic career at Summertown.
It's been really enjoyable. I've made a lot of friends and just had most of my experiences. Like, if someone asked me to name a funny moment or name an experience, it'd probably be from a sport. So it's been a big part of my life.
Yeah. Now, finally, guys, going into the district tournament next week, where do you want to see this team going into the most important time of the year?
Now, we got to be locked in. You know, just focus. You know, having such a young team, you know, that's your worry. You know, night in and night out. I think at the maturity level, I think it's getting there. I think it's gotten better as the year's gone on. Look, we've won a bunch of games, and I mean, it doesn't happen by accident. You know, but when you're struggling a little bit as of late, you know, it's easy to forget those things. We just got to get back to what we were doing and finish off possessions on the glass, and I think we'll be okay.
Ty?
Yeah, I think we're definitely getting a lot more mature as a team, and I feel like this losing streak is actually good for us because we were goofing around a little bit, and I feel like this has made us focus up more and try harder in practices and shoot arounds and everything. Be more focused for the games because we know we can lose pretty easily.
Yeah, and you can win pretty easily too, especially when you guys are locked in. I mean, I'm going to see a team tomorrow night that you guys were down 20 at half and erased the deficit by the time the fourth quarter started. Sure. I think the whole area knows that you guys, when you're on,
we can
certainly
score.
beat them.
We can score, and like Ty said, a guy like Grayson really takes the pressure off of us a lot of nights. It's always on the other end. Even in games we're getting beat, we're in the 50s and 60s. So, we've just got to be better on the other end and give ourselves a chance.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Well, thanks for joining us here on X Sports Live, and good luck throughout the rest of the week in the district tournament.
I appreciate you guys.
Right. Coming up next, me and the guys are going to talk some Super Bowl and what in the world is going down in the WWE. That's coming up next.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit SouthernCraftMFG.com.
Are you tired of missing out on family life just to be treated like another truck number? Since 1986, Southeast Cares has been a family-operated business based in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Being family-owned ourselves, we understand the importance of family, which is why we value it above all else. With our large number of dedicated lanes and our friendly staff, we are able to evenly divide your home time with the amount of time you spend on the road. We offer multiple benefits with large company pay, all while keeping a small company environment. For more information, visit our website at southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
At Smith Tax and Business Service, we offer many services. Along with personal income tax prep, we also offer tax preparation for corporations and partnerships. If you're a small business and looking for some extra help, give us a shout and we'll get you fixed up. Call Mary Beth Smith, Marion Matthews, Brooklyn Bates, or Michelle Staggs to find out how we can help you. Located at 208 Pulaski Street, phone 931-244-6633.
Head on over to Shaw Southeast Distributing in Lawrenceburg to find everything you need for your home, business, or fundraiser. To make life easier, Shaw Southeast Distributing now accepts EBT cards. Have a concession stand, food truck, or just your kitchen at home? Leave it to Shaw to fill your shelves with ease. Shaw Southeast Distributing delivers. Family owned and operated. Phone 931-762-7760. Follow us on Facebook or visit us at 1603 Ripke Avenue in Lawrenceburg.
Don't just find a job, find a career with Resource MFG. The team at Resource MFG in Lawrenceburg has the resources and experience to find you a full or part-time position right away. Now recruiting for open positions in Lawrence, Giles, and Murray counties. Whether you're entering the workforce for the first time or looking to take your career to the next level, let your journey begin with Resource MFG. Located at 300 Ellingson Street in Lawrenceburg, phone 931-570-2111 to jumpstart your career today.
Renwright Equipment has all the tools you need to get the job done. From bobcats to trenchers to augers to lifts, we have a large variety of equipment for every project, big or small. Need a new mower? We have you covered there too. With great brands Hustler and Big Dog, Rent Right is ready to serve all your equipment needs. Call today and reserve your equipment from Rent Right Equipment in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Do you ever worry about having too much in the garage? What about where you're going to put the mower, or your ATV, or better yet, your mother-in-law? Look no further than Quality Storage Buildings located right next door to Flat Rock Cheese and More on the Minor Hill Highway in Pulaski, Tennessee. There you'll find the answer to your need in a compact or spacious metal building. Built by hand right at Flat Rock by some of the finest craftsmen around, there's a perfect building for everyone, including economy, utility, cabin, lofted or garage models, and even an animal shelter line. Buy or rent to own, see the different models at Flat Rock or on North Main Street in Ardmore and on Highway 43 South in Dunn. Call today 931-363-3603 or 931-201-2205.
Quit drinking the Kool-Aid. He's about done with us.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
But and it's one of your players that I think is the difference.
Going the distance with local sports.
Yeah.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here to X Sports Live. Brought to you by Audi's Barbecue Hall.
Whoa.
Oh my, dude, I knew I was going to do that.
You said it earlier. Out.
Push-ups.
Push-ups.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5. That's good.
I knew I was going to do it.
Golly, man.
So every time someone says that, you got to do 5 push-ups.
Yeah.
So yeah, you better. If you don't do it,
I'll promise you I won't say their name.
So we'll start off first with the Super Bowl guys. I mean, I'm a 49er fan, so you know where my allegiances lie. I'm going to kind of defer to you guys on this, and then I'll give my takes after that.
You going in with me too?
I'll let you go first, Des. You want?
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna give props. I'm not a Mahomes fan. I'm gonna give props.
Yeah.
He may be the best quarterback in the league. You got Kelsey. He's already best tight ends. Played the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they somehow can win a Super Bowl, I don't know how you can't put him there. With all the stuff he's done, I think Randy Reed is probably the best coach in the NFL.
Randy Reed?
Andy Reed. Did I say Randy?
Yeah, you
said Randy. Whatever. I think he is.
We're all over the place today.
I think he's probably the best coach in the league. But I'm not pulling for Kansas City. I'm not a Patrick Mahomes fan.
You a Swiftie fan?
You about really made me say something. I got one at home, and she's probably watching with her mama, and both of them. That's all they worry about. So I'm just telling you right now, that's all they're worried about is how many times they get to see her.
Yeah.
So I'm walking into the Lions Den in the house on Sunday.
It's so ridiculous.
Wow.
Ridiculous. I mean, I think about getting her a jersey that says Swiftie just so she'll have one.
You know, one of my buddies at Obvious Shirts, it's a kind of a Chicago-based thing. You know, they're all Cubs fans.
Right.
They have a red shirt that says the Kansas City Swifties.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, my daughter needs one of those. But anyways, I think y'all are more talented on the offensive side. I know they got Mahomes, they got Kelsey, but overall, I think McCaffrey could go for 100 and 100 receiving and rushing.
Has anyone done that in the Super Bowl? I don't think that's ever happened.
I just think he's legit.
Yeah,
I mean,
no doubt.
I think he's the best running back in the game. He's probably one of the best running backs to catch the ball in the backfield that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Purdy looked really good second half the other night against Detroit. And I was proud of him. He come out and he's like, "Hey guys, get on my shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm taking this to the house."
Right.
Props to him for that. You got Kittle, you got Debo, you got Brandon.
Yeah.
But there's the one guy, and that's Jauan Jennings. I said it.
What?
It's a Tennessee guy, and it breaks my heart to say it. That's the guy who wins the Super Bowl for the 49ers.
I've said
if it's an offensive game, you've said it a million times.
Because it's the truth, because I've watched
He's a third down. He's good for a first down.
Every time they need a big play, they find Jauan Jennings. They
But
always
go
do.
back and look at it, guys.
Yeah.
Ayuk runs a seam.
Mhm.
He runs it perfect.
Yeah.
Jennings is not scared to cut the middle.
Yeah.
Kansas City cannot guard him. They don't have enough. They're good up front. They got Jones and the other guy. They're good up front. They're going to get pressure. But they don't have enough.
Right.
And they don't have Fred Warner.
Yeah.
That can cover that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think San Francisco wins by 10.
Calling it.
I'm calling it.
Calling it. All right.
All right, what you got, Hayden?
I'm with you, Dusty. Obviously, we'll start with Jauan Jennings. Jauan, he's also a big dude. Like, he's legit 6'3".
Really good blocker.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I think he's bigger than 6'3".
Yeah, he might be
He
6'3".
blocks very well.
Yeah.
But I just think he's going to be the difference maker.
Yeah,
I do.
I mean, I agree with you. I think he's going to be a big key for them. I think, in that second half, what really impressed me with Brock Purdy was he ran with his legs. I mean, he used his legs in that second half, and the Lions couldn't stop him. And so I think that's going to be a big time key. But also, I look at it, man. I look at Kansas City and just their past history. They got Patrick Mahomes. It's hard to bet on him.
Yeah.
And they got Travis Kelce. Obviously, like you said, Dusty, in my opinion, too. He's the greatest tight end in the history of the NFL. And they got a bunch of key guys that have just been, like, really stepping up for them. That defense is legit, obviously.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good matchup. Obviously, not many people are wanting to see it just because it's the 49ers and Kansas City Chiefs again.
60 million are still going to watch.
Yeah,
It's
60 million. It's the Super Bowl.
I can
obviously.
rant. That could be a rant of mine,
That
which
could be
is
a rant.
all the right-wing Republican people just going, "Oh, this is why I don't watch the NFL." Dude, you're watching the NFL, and the numbers prove it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the numbers are going to be there. But I mean, oh man, I look into it, and I'm still going to have to look into it a little bit more, just because Kansas City, they got the history, they got 2 Super Bowls, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. But overall, like you said, Dusty, San Francisco, they're just a better overall team. They got so much talent offensively, and in that front line on the defensive side, they're just, man, they're beasts.
Yeah,
that's what there is to say about them.
And I didn't even talk about that. I mean, I talked about Fred Warner. But listen, Bosa and Chase Young,
Legit.
I mean, that's like a cheat code on Madden.
And with Armstead up the middle, who's an all-pro defensive
Yes.
tackle, he's had a career year that.
San Francisco's only favored 1.5. It's come down a little.
I mean, because you're dealing with, the part that scares me as a 49er fan, it's not so much the personnel part of it, because when you look at it, I mean, a lot of people think Kittle's better than Kelce. Kelsey's got better long-term numbers because he's been in the league longer, which makes sense.
Mhm.
He's a first-ballot Hall of Famer in my book, no doubt. And I actually love Travis Kelce, love the way he plays.
Oh.
Love that he's got a chip
Yeah.
on his shoulder, and he's a good dude on top of that, so it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to hate him. I
Sure.
don't hate Patrick Mahomes. I think most people hate what's around Patrick Mahomes. His wife, his idiot brother, his now
dad.
third DUI idiot father. I think he's that could be another rant for another day. I think he needs to get his household in order, because who wants to be talking about their idiot family on Super Bowl week when you're trying to win your 3rd Super Bowl, trying to get up there in that upper echelon of quarterbacks? Because until he reaches championship status that Brady has, I'm sorry, he's not better than Brady.
No.
He's not, because we've already found out that Bill Belichick is just an ordinary coach without Tom Brady. I think that's
a proven fact.
Yeah, and not saying that Andy Reid's not a good coach and he needs Patrick Mahomes, because Andy Reid did a lot without Patrick Mahomes,
Absolutely.
but he didn't win Super Bowls.
He didn't win.
without
That
him.
is true.
So I think you know, I think more people hate what's around Patrick than actually hate Patrick. He's such a good playmaker, sees the field so well. I think the difference is, and I hate to sound like a broken record being a former offensive and defensive lineman, this is probably the weakest offensive line the 49ers have faced in the postseason. Their tackles really struggled against Baltimore, and now you got Chase Young and Nick Bosa coming your way, not to mention what Armstead, and then, you know, sometimes they bring in Randy Gregory, a former Pro Bowl defensive end, so they can shift those guys.
Yeah, because he likes to blitz. He blitzes a little different.
Yeah. You've got Dre Greenlaw, who's turning into an interception machine on defense. He's everywhere. You talked about Fred Warner. I think the weakest part of the defense is the secondary, because they get penalized a lot, but last 3 or 4 games, they haven't gotten a lot of penalties on the game, which is
No, it hadn't been much of a drop off,
which has been good. And then offensively, you know, Kansas City does have a good defense, but have they faced a team with the weapons that the 49ers have? You know, we mentioned McCaffrey. McCaffrey goes for 100 and 100. Easy. They're winning by 4 touchdowns, and they ain't even close, because that's probably coming with 4 touchdowns.
And that's going to be that's shooting the moon for me to say that, but it's not out of the question.
No, it's not out of the question. And if Purdy, I marked this down, if Purdy hits Kittle early, that offense is just going to explode.
I told a guy today that if he could hit, I love the little Kittle in the flat.
Yeah.
You know, once he gets past the 10 yards, and it's almost kind of like he runs a little out route, and that little back shoulder that he hit against Detroit, and that kind of got that second half going. You're right. I don't know. So I'm going to ask you as a fan, what do you think?
I think Niners by 6. I think it's going to be a close game, just because. Let's be real, guys. Winners win. It doesn't matter how talented your team is, how talented your team is, how well coached you think you are. I think winners win. This isn't going to be a blowout, even though they have been blown out in the Super Bowl before. I think it hinges on Kyle Shanahan's play calling, how aggressive is Steve Wilkes going to be on defense for the 49ers, and if Purdy doesn't play Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, which his team has overcome the last 2 weeks, if he plays consistently good, they can win that game by 2 touchdowns. But I'm not banking on them winning them by 2 touchdowns, just because, you know, winners win. Mahomes a winner, Kelsey's a winner, Andy Reid is a winner. Steve Spagnuolo is probably the best DC in the league. This isn't going to be an easy task, even though the pieces in San Francisco are better than the pieces Kansas City.
They are.
Absolutely.
And one other thing about Purdy, and he's been known to do it, we've seen it here, especially the second half, you can't turn the ball over.
Right, yeah. And for your family's sake, you don't want him to turn the ball over, because your son might learn a couple new words, like my son did last Sunday, and I'm still feeling grief about that.
Well, you know, Mason has had to see, he's witnessed some of the
Alabama rants?
The Alabama rants at the house.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's good.
So, you saying 49ers by 10. I'm saying 49ers by 6. What do you?
I'm going to say 49ers by 3.
Ooh.
I'm going to say it's going to be a close back and forth game.
Yeah.
Kind of like it was.
And listen,
in the Super Bowl
all 3 picks are not bad.
No,
really not.
They're all feasible, and there's also, you know, me having watched every 49er game, there's plenty of scenarios Kansas City can be on the receiving.
They could win by 10 or 3. Sure.
It's going to be fun, and
I just want it to be a good game.
Yeah.
I don't want some kind of stupid no call pass interference that was a blatant no call.
Okay. Well, let's get into this, because the last few years the officials have swallowed the whistle a lot in the Super Bowl.
They have.
They have let the players play. So who does that benefit?
I think it benefits. Oh man,
I know.
I hate to say it. If they don't, let me back up. No, it don't, and here's why. If it's tic-tacky, Mahomes wins.
I agree. I agree.
I agree with that.
If they swallow that whistle, like you said, we've seen in the
done
past.
The last 4 or 5 Super Bowls.
Last year for sure.
I think that's where the 49er defense, because they play so physical.
Yeah, and the secondary, which is one of the most penalized secondaries in the league.
For pass interference.
Trust me, my wife knows all about it, because I go through it every game. But
don't touch them.
But if they let them get some contact and kind of ride those guys up and down the field, I think that benefits San Francisco.
I think so, and I'm not saying this dirty wise, but you know, Bosa or Chase Young hit Patrick Mahomes a little early.
Yeah, get him in his head and make
you know,
him
because
start
Patrick don't
complaining.
get hit.
Yeah.
He's shifty, and I you know, he can get away from it, you know, and I think he does come up with some of them old Johnny Manziel, scramble around, stupid passes.
And make some weird angle throws that are so impressive.
Yeah, they are impressive, but I think if one of those guys could hit him early, and I mean hit him, you know, get in his head a little bit and see if the refs are going to let you play a little bit. If it comes to physicality in the game, 49ers win.
Yeah,
it's better in the first quarter, like you said, Dusty.
Get it
not,
over
not
with.
intentionally like, hey, let's go for a targeting.
No.
But like, see how the officials are going to call the game. That way, you got a standpoint of, okay, this is how it's going to go in this game for now. Now we kind of know the line in the sand of how we're going to have to play this game.
And if they're winning the physical battle, the McCaffrey thing becomes because Buffalo ran the ball well against Kansas City. Baltimore did, and why they abandoned it, God only knows why.
No clue.
But this is a 49er team that if Shanahan can figure, like I said it here last week, and like I told Ty Bryant during the break, when the 49ers figure you out, offensively and defensively, you better hope they run out of time or they run out of points. Because if they figure you out in the first quarter, you're done.
Mhm.
They figure you out in the third quarter, you're done.
Look
But
at
if they
Detroit.
figure you out midway through the fourth, you have a chance.
You
on
got a
it.
chance.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still harping on the whole Detroit game.
Yeah.
They had y'all beat. I'm
Hey,
going
no,
to say
no,
it.
I've said it.
I think Dan Campbell lost that game. I give him props from where he got them. And I said it the other day to a buddy of mine, and I'm going to say it to y'all because we are into the sports talk deep. Was that moment too big for Dan Campbell?
I think the good coaches know when to understand that you got it. What's more important, winning the game or sticking true to yourself?
And he stuck to true.
He did, and I can't say that that's a knock on him.
Yeah.
But you take those points, you win that football game.
And in all reality, that's the point. You got to understand the situation. You got to understand. I always said every sport, it's a game of situation.
Absolutely.
He didn't understand the situation. He was playing off pride. No pun intended when it comes to the Lions, but he was playing off pride. This is the way we do things. And like I told you guys, when they went for it on fourth down for the third time, I went game over.
Game over, yep.
Because they haven't hit the other two. What makes you think they're going to hit that?
Yep.
And the 49ers know it's coming now.
Mhm.
So
that's been my whole thing about 2 weeks out, and you still think about it. Like I still my buddy I work with, he's huge. He's from there. Like I still put that game on Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just they quit. They left their game plan, and their game plan was working.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, 49ers
like you
figure
said,
you
they
out.
had time and they had points, and they got both of them.
And it was over heading into the fourth.
And Shanahan's good enough to coach that way.
Yeah.
Props to him.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said last Friday when I was talking to Michael. It felt like in that second half, Dan Campbell also played not to lose that game instead of going to win that game.
Yeah,
Like
good point.
He wasn't playing smart. He was playing off of emotion of, okay, I got to make this play now to go try to make basically a play of, if I get this, I'm a genius. If I don't get this, I'm going to look like the biggest idiot in the world.
They had 2 other games before then. Remember, they had a game at home against Green Bay where he went for it in a fourth down instead of taking the points. Remember the going for 2 in Dallas? They got the penalty instead of just kicking it and going into overtime. What did they do? He tried. I mean, what are you doing at that point?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was trying to really knock on him because, man, from where Detroit was and to where he's got them,
those situations. How many times it's hard to get to the NFC Championship game? It's hard to get one game away from the Super Bowl. You got to seize that moment.
And he said that because in his press conference, we might not be back here.
Right.
And they're going to be running the same team back for the most part.
Yeah.
But it's not easy getting to the AFC.
Man, it's
and NFC
NFL,
championship.
guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
never know.
Rigged, not rigged, however you want to look at it. We've talked about it. I mean, it's the NFL, man.
I think the officials NFL officials and the people in the higher-ups tell them kind of rig it.
Right.
I don't think the actual
Right,
players
right.
do. NBA is a different story.
That's a whole nother story.
We've
for another
ranted
time.
about that before. Now, speaking of something that is actually rigged and we actually know it's rigged, the WWE. Okay. It's been a whole lot of controversy, guys.
Oh, it's going to be a great
Whole
segment.
lot of controversy. The Rock is back. It looks like Cody is out of the main event against WrestleMania. He's going to go up against Seth Rollins. We hope Seth heels, is ready to go. Rocket, but now all of a sudden he has a segment with Drew and Seth. Now it looks like he will be in that main event, or like they're supposed to have a press conference tomorrow to announce the card,
it's in Las Vegas,
and you know, or maybe not announce the card, but announce something.
Some of the participants, and maybe
guys, the feedback from that Friday night SmackDown segment in the arena, great. Everywhere outside of the arena was not great. Like to the point that Rocky Sucks was being shouted on Monday Night Raw.
His daughter had to delete her
her
Twitter.
Yeah,
and she was getting death threats. His daughter was. When she kind of is general manager or whatever. I don't know. I think we can sit and play it out 1,000 different ways in our head about how this could turn out. The Rock's going to beat Roman at WrestleMania.
Right.
I think that's a fact. I think Cody will beat Seth, and I also think Cody will take the title
from The
Rock
at SummerSlam.
At SummerSlam, and unify them titles.
Yeah. Which that's a great story, but that's not the story.
That's not the story.
wanted.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, I mean, it feels very WCW 1997 all over again. You're going to do this long story arc, then someone who all of a sudden gets some pull, gets on the board in your company, comes in and just says, you know what, I'm taking this. Even though for a while we thought it was going to be Rock and Roman at WrestleMania, which is we've been thinking and talking about that forever. It's kind of where our minds were.
Yep.
But do you really want to kill someone else's momentum to get to that point? Why wasn't he in Tampa to win the Rumble?
See, yeah, that's what it goes to. Why would you pull the trigger on somebody to go back to back
twice
in the Royal Rumble 2 times in a row? First time since Stone Cold Steve Austin in the late 90s. Basically, like I told you, Dusty, that was them saying, here's the Torch Star Company, now you take over for John Cena. It was John Cena, Roman lately, and now, it looks like Cody's definitely now the biggest babyface in all of WWE. The We Want Cody chants. I texted you on Friday night after I watched that segment. I'm like, what does he have to do at this point?
And I think, and now listen, and I'm deep in it as a fan. We all three are. And I said it earlier about it, but I think it comes to me, it makes a little bit more sense. I think you're drinking Triple H's Kool-Aid. That's what he wants.
At first, yeah.
And there's nothing against that. Because I think, but if you stand back and look at it just a little bit, when did Seth Rollins' title become irrelevant? That's still a heavyweight championship title.
Yeah, I think it's just with the belt, it's confusing.
It is confusing, but he wins that title at WrestleMania.
Okay, and then he goes to SummerSlam,
and then he unifies them, and now he's done it.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's got to get both of them. He couldn't just take Roman, and I feel like just because he's not on SmackDown as much, he's not had the build up with Roman. It was, to me, I got the match Roman Cody, but I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And I love the whole tribal chief thing, the head of the table, and that's why we've all been saying it's got to be The Rock, the only person.
Well, I don't think people are hating on the Rock Roman match. I think they're hating that. The perception is that they're burying somebody that they've been building up for all.
But I don't think they are, and I see what you're saying, and I see the point, but I don't think they are. Seth is a top-notch talent. Him and Cody are gonna kill it at Mania. As long as his knee's healthy, they're gonna kill it. And like I said, that's still a world title. So because I look at it this way, so if he goes on to Mania and he fights Roman and wins, then he's going to fight Seth for his title. Well, we already said that Seth's title's not as big as Roman's. So that's, you see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because you want someone, the hardest thing that you have in wrestling is someone wins a title, now who's their next opponent? And it's got to be as good, if not better, than the person that they just beat.
So if you've done it that way, you're going backwards.
Okay, so now I get what you're saying. So, The Rock beats Roman. He's now the head of the table, and now you beat the guy that just beat the guy.
There you go.
You just beat, you're now the guy that's going to beat the guy.
Yes.
And
that's when you
is
become
a internationally known guy. I just wish that would have come at WrestleMania, not SummerSlam.
Understand.
Because that's
but SummerSlam is big enough stage to do it.
Because it will be in a stadium.
It will be in a stadium, and and over the past years, I know it was in Nashville, but it's still in a huge show.
Right.
You put The Rock versus Cody.
That's SummerSlam.
That's like a WrestleMania 2.
Right.
And I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong. That's just where my head's going.
But I know that they've had to pivot a lot. CM Punk's injury.
Yeah, that kind of threw everything.
The controversy with Brock.
Yes, and that could have messed everything up. Now we got Jay and Gunther. He's going to take your guy down, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Is that a WrestleMania match?
Oh, absolutely.
The next pay-per-view?
I think it's WrestleMania. I think they're going to build it up.
So you think they're not going to do Jay and Jimmy now anymore?
Maybe they do. Maybe he wins the title at maybe whatever they got coming up.
Yeah.
And then he's got Jimmy.
Or the Intercontinental title.
Because them two, I forgot about that. Them two's going to have to go at Mania. So it would be for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
But your boy's losing by his title to Jay.
I mean, yeah, and of course it's kind of a burial thing. But then again, who he's going to go after at that point? Seth. So now you got several guys talking about Seth Rollins and how the guys on Raw are trying to defend the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
But Roman, though, absolutely. That promo, I mean, he just buried Seth, Cody, that title, and everything.
Yeah.
I watched that promo, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
He absolutely, I'm not going to say, it's not true. Then again, I understand Seth, but it's Seth's stamp. That is going to be seen as Seth Rollins Championship because what he's done to defend that title.
And how long he's had it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to go to with this, Dusty, is I get where you're coming from with Cody taking the World Heavyweight Championship, Rock beating Roman, SummerSlam unified the championships. But then again, you have to remember the WWE was hurting really bad when Roman was out and the WWE Championship was not being on TV. Then Raw wanted to bring their own title. So do you think that will hurt WWE?
No, because Roman's not on TV much anyway.
Well,
I think we're just conditioned to it at this point.
Yeah, just having one world title and then two mid-card titles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just because of branding, mate, I guess, because I know with Raw going on Netflix,
Yep.
with that new contract coming up. So,
Also,
okay.
Intercontinental, it's going to be Jay and Gunther, I think, U.S. title. I'm excited for the promos alone. The way LA Knight's going to rip in the Logan Paul.
Dude.
I've been watching some videos. Honestly, I think the best entrance we have had in the last 10 years is when on SmackDown, when Roman Reigns is holding up the title, gets it to the peak, LA Knight's music comes out, and he just walks by him like he's nothing. And I'm like, dude, that's so great.
That is, people don't realize how great that is.
Yeah.
Because you didn't do that back in the day.
Yeah, and I hate that he's only getting here. I hope he beats Logan Paul. I hope they understand that dude needs a belt on him.
Yes.
Even though it is a mid-card belt, but I mean, I'm hoping that builds him into, because we've seen him on the main stage.
Yes.
Not only has he wrestled well, his promos are great. I mean, that one about Rikishi 2 weeks ago was so good.
What he said?
I want to knock him so he'll do his dad's dance moves. Did you see Randy Orton pop on that?
Yes.
Randy couldn't hold it in.
Yeah. I mean, even when he comes out and that pop goes, I mean, even Randy Orton went, all right. I mean, this guy's got something.
My thing for it, but he's good in the ring.
Yes.
Not just with a microphone. He's good in the ring. Does a good job. I think him
and Logan's Logan's he's a great wrestler. I mean, for a guy that's new to it.
Yes.
But LA Knight's promos are going to be insane.
He's going to shut him like Cena shut people up.
Yeah.
Yes. Like Logan's more of a smack talker.
Yeah.
He's good at promos, but it backs up to being talking smack.
Yeah.
LA Knight, he's going to hit him with the promos so hard.
Yeah.
He's going to smack talk, tear him down, throw him down. Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Take his belt. Yeah, my son's already giving me the So
yeah.
I've got him trained for it. Well, guys, coming up next here on our final segment, we're going to rant. I've got a couple. Got some things I got to get off my chest. I've had a lot of thoughts lately. So that's coming up next here on X Sports Live.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
For me, was the public.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North or visit LawrenceburgFlooringandMore.com.
The man, you know, that's nonsense.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County, providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, your neighbor and friend, located at 118 West Gain Street next to the...
For the perfect refrigerator, what about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through all of life's obstacles. Facing those challenges is easier together. That's why Jack Davis specializes in group insurance. Cover the most valuable aspect of your business, your employees, with coverage for life, accident, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision. Jack Davis can customize plans for every need. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987. Contact Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
If you're stuck, then you're in luck. Call Tyler McDowell with In-Service Towing, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for quick, reliable service. When you find yourself in a bind, In-Service offers full-service towing and recovery services as well as vehicle lockouts, jump starts, and emergency roadside assistance. Family-owned, family-operated. When you need a hand, call In-Service Towing or ask for them by name. Serving Southern Tennessee and North Alabama. Phone number 931-843-9098 or visit inservicespecialties.com.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And back here on X Sports Live, telling some more funny stories coming into it. Time for the rants, guys. What you got on your mind?
I ain't got one. Y'all go ahead. I ain't got one this week.
No, I'm gonna slide this week. So I'm afraid I might be too not good.
Not good.
So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Okay. Well, the first one, I've got two. And the first one is I'm just going to point out something. Some people have kind of been criticizing our commentary lately, when it comes to games, thinking we're being a little bit too hard on the officials. Well, I was at the E.O. Kaufman game on Saturday as a fan, sitting behind the bench, and my wife was getting really emotional because she knows a lot of those girls who used to teach there. So I was holding my son and trying to keep it together, and I just find it funny that guys, some of the people that think we're too hard on them are the same ones that were making complete fools of themselves. So don't forget that I know who you are. I keep receipts mentally. I'm still going to treat you with respect, but let's just say, don't throw stones at glass houses.
That's it. We see people.
Yeah, and we're not perfect.
No,
at all.
Absolutely not.
We get too emotional into it. This guy doesn't.
He does.
I try to stay neutral as possible.
You do a great job of it.
He does.
I fail at it all the time.
I do too.
And I admit my failings. I've tried to be better. It's been a personal challenge for me this year, and I failed at it a lot this year. But if you don't like what you hear, you think we're too hard on them, well, there's a thing called a mute button, and you're smart enough to use it. If you're not, you probably shouldn't own a computer or a smartphone or a TV or just exist, period. So that's just it. So that's just my two cents on that. We'll move on, and I'll try to be better. And but sometimes when you just get one of those guys that just doesn't deserve to be out there, that just
you said it right there. You said I'm gonna stop. You said, and this ain't a rant. I'm just gonna say it. They need to do better.
Yeah.
And some are not ready that don't need to be out there. Yeah. See, this is the thing. I was talking to somebody also. I don't have an issue with you doing it, but if you're not ready for high school level because of the speed, you don't need to be doing high school. Yeah. And you need to be doing middle school or just whatever you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
I'll just leave that
it
at that.
needs a build up. And you see it a lot from the college side of things.
Those officials, they're not perfect, but they can keep up because they've done it long enough.
Yeah.
Some of those officials that TSSAA has, they're not ready.
And
they're not ready.
It was wild for me. I took my son to the UNA doubleheader this past Saturday, and watching the communication between coaches and officials, players and officials, is so drastically different.
Well, you can't do it around here because you're showing emotion. You get a technical.
You can't even say that was a double dribble without getting a technical like Bryce Cliff got last night.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I missed that.
It was minute and a half left in the game. And,
yeah, something like that.
I asked Bryce what happened. He said, I just told him it was a double dribble. That's what he got.
Hey, listen, I mean, Ryan Hughes, she got a technical, and all she done was kind of just put her head just.
Yeah, I think, big games like that, I think there needs to be, as long as they're not showing you up. Now, if they're showing you up, do it.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They throw a basketball at you. They throw a basketball too hard. Completely understand they need to be taught a lesson there. But if they're just showing some frustration and
especially to
themselves, they're not pointing it at anybody. Let them go. Let them get it out, and and just be. I hear this a lot from coaches. I want communicators on the court from the guys and gals in stripes.
Sure.
Communicators.
Yes.
You hear that. You hear that a lot, especially from the D1 level. They're great communicators. They'll tell you why that was called a foul, whether I agree with it or not. At least I'm understanding their perspective.
Sure.
And you see that. I saw that in Florence. I watched it a lot. Like they come over to the coaches. Okay, this is why I did this and that. Coaches didn't always agree with them. But they got their explanation. They walked away. You play the next play.
And that's the same thing with coaches. I mean, I've seen players. You've seen it. My guys over at UT Southern.
Yeah.
If they foul, they don't come. They're going to be like, really?
Yeah.
But they'll go up to the official right after, say, hey, I'm sorry for the emotion.
Yeah.
What can I do better? That way I don't get that foul call. They ask questions.
There's a long leash at that level.
Yes, sure.
And, and there's longer leashes in other states too, which is just why it's, especially when our teams go into other states and you see the leashes, it's just maddening. Again, that wasn't the rant, but I'm trying to be better, but certainly don't throw stones at glass houses, especially when I throw baseballs much harder than you do. My other rant is, and this is kind of a multi-layered rant. I've seen it a lot lately. It started earlier, and it actually started this weekend. Cheryl Swoops came out and was dogging Caitlin Clark. I don't know if you guys saw it. Basically said that
I've seen a little bit of it.
She took a COVID year. She's 25 years old. Caitlin Clark's about to break the scoring record, saying that she, shoots 40 shots a game and all this stuff. And number one, Caitlin Clark's in her true fourth year. She did play, that her first year was 21, the COVID year, so anything, it's more more accomplished because you played in less games. Sure. She's going to break the record in less games than the other person broke the record. She's going to break it about 125, 126. The other person's record was at 139. Oh, and by the way, Cheryl Swoops shot 21 shots per game. Caitlin Clark shoots 19. She said she shot 40. She shot 19.
And she's the biggest name in the sport of women's basketball.
Yeah, right
Not
now.
just college and WNBA.
It's clearly it's someone's. They know that their time is done. Their time is past. So you see that. I see some people dogging Brock Purdy because he's a game manager, and then on the other end you see people dogging Patrick Mahomes for certain things that he does. People that are dogging Angel Reese on the other side of women's college basketball. The point I'm trying to make is this racism for dumb reasons just needs to stop. Racism needs to stop, period. I don't care if you don't like the color of their skin, nothing. It's never solved anything. The majority of the problems that we have in this country are due to racism. Mm-hmm. And yes, you can be black and say something racist to a white person, just like a white person can say something racist to a black person. It doesn't matter the color of your skin or the color of the skin of the person you're talking about. Racism is racism, period. I'm tired of all of these commentators, the Ryan Clarks and the Cam Newtons of the world, which, by the way, Cam Newton, you have one good year. Every year after that, you were trash. You know it. You left your hopes and dreams on the field when you didn't try to recover the fumble in the Super Bowl. Third rant within the rant. Ryan Clark, hey, your defense was actually better when they went to Denver. Go to Denver and try to play with your asthma and all that. Whatever. That's another rant for another day. But yeah, I'm tired of all. Look at all the people talk trash on Angel. Angel Reese is a good player. Does she go overboard with a lot of stuff? Yeah. Sure. Yes. But so does Caitlin Clark go overboard with some stuff. Okay. So I'm just tired of. Why can't we just enjoy great players as they are, despite what their skin color is? Brock Purdy is a very good quarterback. I'm not saying he's elite, and I'm a 49er fan. He's got to prove it over time to become elite. But why can't we just enjoy a guy who was the very last pick in the draft that's leading his team to a Super Bowl? Just like I hate when people hate on Patrick Mahomes. There's some people that hate him because his family's crazy, and 3/4 of them should be in jail. But I think other people truly hate him because he's black. And it's stupid. It's stupid all across the board, and I'm just done with all this pointless racism. That's what it is to me. All racism is pointless. I don't know why we're hating on people because of the color of their skin. Let's enjoy it like we should enjoy it. They're great athletes playing at the peak of their prime. Women's basketball is as popular as it's ever been.
Ever.
Enjoy Angel Reese. Enjoy Caitlin Clark. Enjoy that those two are going to clash in the national championship game again. And you know what? We're all going to be watching. Sorry to hate it. Just like in the Super Bowl. Well, I haven't watched the Super. They have all these, left-wing messages. You're still watching the Super Bowl, idiots. We all know you are, and the numbers prove it. Just stop with this pointless political BS. Enjoy what we have. Players playing the best at the top of their.
Because there's not. I mean, you got to think about it, guys. Let's just go on with this for a second. There's not that many that elite athletes, male or female.
Right.
I don't care what sport it is.
Yeah.
There's only 25 on a Major League Baseball roster. Yeah. Was there 12 on an NBA roster?
Yeah.
There's been less than 600 players playing NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I understand the NFL's got a huge roster, but you're still in about 30 guys that get on the field in a game.
Right. Right.
And then when you start taking your college athletes, I know there's a lot of different levels of college athletes, but Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, guys, they're up here. We don't get to see that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just Cheryl Swoops is hating on Caitlin Clark because she's white, and a lot of people that are hating on Angel Reese is because she's black.
Yeah, it's stupid. It is
so stupid.
The only thing I see for me about Patrick Mahomes, and I put it as kind of like LeBron, for me, is it's almost like it's through on me.
Yeah.
Like you see what I'm saying? Like they just push, and I'm that guy that's going to push back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so dumb. It's so stupid. And it's even not even just a black and white thing. I mean, we see people hating on Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Because he don't speak English.
Yeah. It's
He's one of the greatest baseball players right now we've ever seen.
A pitcher hitter. We haven't seen that since Babe Ruth to do it at the level that he's doing it.
I'm not going to see another guy like him for another 100 years.
Okay, you don't like the guy's political views. You know what? He probably doesn't like yours either.
Absolutely.
You know, can you guys get along? Can you guys just enjoy a sport and whatnot?
So that's the thing. We got to bring everything in. Sports, to me, is where peace should be.
Yes.
It's a place where we can go and get away.
Yeah, the only thing
and talk about it.
Yeah,
with people.
And it's opinionated. I'm not taking that away from it. We can have opinions all day long. Tennessee, Alabama, you know, whoever, the Cubs and the Braves. It doesn't matter. We can hate each other's teams, but then we can leave here and go grab dinner.
Yeah.
Or I can come to your house and watch a Tennessee-Florida game, and I may give a little nudge and be like, man, I'm a Gator today. You know, but that's part of sports. People take the rival out of it.
Yeah. Or, you know, you go to a game at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Does it matter that person sitting next to you is a left-wing Democrat?
Dude,
no.
no.
Is he wearing the same jersey as you? Is he rooting on the same team as you?
Yes.
All that matters.
It's all that matters.
All that matters.
Because for that hour and a half, 2 hours that we're in there,
yeah, you don't care what their politics are.
I don't care if Joe Biden's the president, Donald Trump. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what color you are, anytime, but I don't care. Like, let's just enjoy sports.
Yeah.
And period.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I saw that, and we also had incident with one of the middle schools said something about a girl at E.O. Kaufman, and that also sparked it, just, you know, popped up into my head that she was doing a Facebook Live from one of the middle school games. Said something about one of the girls at Kaufman that was pretty, if I was her employer, she would be fired. I hope she is fired. You know, hey, in this country you do have freedom of speech, but you don't have freedom of consequence.
You got to reap what you sow.
Yeah.
You just know that.
Yeah, you reap stupid, you know, as it old
That's
saying
it.
goes, you messed around and found out. So
Yeah.
that's just a rant that you know, that's really been kind of laying on my heart. I hate to, you know,
Well, no,
we've had such a good
Well,
conversation.
sometimes you know, and I've said it before. All three of us have said it, and I'll look at the camera and say it. Sometimes our voices are heard.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just have to sit here and talk about it, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes you really got to, you know, examine why you really hate somebody.
Yeah. And I look at it and examine, like, why do we do what we do?
Yeah.
Because we love sports.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Whether our kids
Absolutely.
are playing.
Yeah.
I know you don't have any. You've got one that's coming up. I've got two. I've got one that plays golf. I've got, and my son plays baseball and basketball. Like, so I'm in these gyms. You don't see so much on the golf course because it is kind of
more laid back.
It's more laid back, but you know, I'm in the gym. I'm on the ball field, so I'm seeing the things you're talking about talking about officiating or talking about a coach or talking. I've been there, seen it.
Yeah.
But man, sports are, and I know there's more people that hate sports than love it like we do. They think that sports are terrible. It's just a money pit. These guys and these females aren't worth the money that they're making. Well, who says it's your job, you make the money? Are you really worth the money you make either?
What are they supposed to do, give them the money back?
Yeah. You know, that goes back to that 0.01% play a professional sport.
Yeah, you don't have to agree with their politics, but hey, can you enjoy that they're great athletes?
I mean, we all know who's my most hated person in the sports. It's LeBron.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock what he does on the court.
When
we talk about the flopping and the crown and all that, but as in just playing basketball,
overall basketball player,
one of the greatest of all time.
I'll put him in. I'm going to put him at 3 or 4 for me.
But speaking of the 600 that play the game,
you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, and that's and I feel like that for me, for people watching, that's a big statement for me to make, is that I will give props to LeBron. Because I'm not a LeBron fan. Like, if I got home tonight and he said, Dad, I want to get me a Lakers jersey and LeBron, I'm like, not a chance.
You're saving up your own money and you're driving yourself.
Yeah, I'm not even going to order it. You know, but anyways, but yeah, I mean, like, but that's part of sports.
Yeah.
But so many people, like you're saying, are taking it out of the context.
Taking it out of the context, and they're hating on people for all the wrong reasons.
You hate LeBron for flopping, or because he's passing Jordan, or he's trying to pass Jordan, or you hate Brady because he passed Montana, or whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't care.
But because, he said this and that.
Yes.
Or you know,
she done this, or
yeah.
shut up.
Yeah, it's stupid. So
yeah.
That's my rant. I just thought it needed.
I didn't have one to kind of come in on the backside.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, that will do it for Exports Live. Got a busy night tomorrow night. All 3 teams in action. You got Summertown Senior Night against Mount Pleasant. Loretto goes to Richland, and then Lawrence County on the road at Murfreesboro Central. So for Hayden Burks, Dusty Kaiser, I'm AJ Good. We'll see you guys next week.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.